Gene Autry.
I'm back in the saddle again, out where a friend is a friend, where the longhorn cattle feed on the lowly Jimson weed. I'm back in the saddle again.
That's right, folks. It's another visit with all the gang here at Melody Ranch. There's Pat Buttram, the Cass County Boys, the Gene Autry Blue Jeans, Carl Cotner's Melody Ranch Hardway 6, and yours truly, Charlie Lyon. Right now, though, meet the boss man himself, America's favorite cowboy, Gene Autry.
I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you. I looked around all over Texas till I found someone so true. It always seemed the same as any other, but when you came along it grew and grew. I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you. It always seemed the same as any other, but when you came along it grew and grew. I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you. And it's filled with love for you. Hey! Well, hi there, folks, and welcome once again to Melody Ranch. Just a melancholy echo, lingering when the day is through. It's the call of the canyon. Once again I'm dreaming of you. Every night I search the moonlight up and down the river shore. It's the call of the canyon. Maybe I will find you once more, standing there alone by the ashes of the fire we said would never die. Will I ever find an ember burning from the days gone by? Then I hear a lonely whisper as a little spark I see. It's the call of the canyon, bringing back your answer to me. Standing there alone by the ashes of the fire we said would never die. Will I ever find an ember burning from the days gone by? Then I hear a lonely whisper as a little spark I see. It's the call of the canyon, bringing back your answer to me. It's the call of the canyon, bringing back your answer to me.
Oh, my back. Oh, let me sit down here. Oh,
Well, Pat Buttram, now what's happened to you?
Oh, all I was doing was putting up this here aerial here on the bunkhouse, and I fell.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Eh,
How'd you manage to fall?
well, the instruction book said, take aerial and run up the wall.
You know, Patrick, I think you're the perfect nincompoop.
Well, you can't say I didn't make good.
Well, what are you doing with those two wires?
I'm figuring out something about our electricity here.
Electricity?
Yeah. Would you mind holding this wire, please?
Oh, sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Feel anything?
No.
Well, then don't touch the other one. It's got 10,000 volts in it.
Now, look, Pat, we already have a radio aerial. Now, what's the idea of this thing?
This is a TV aerial. In case we get a TV set, and in case Sagebrush gets a TV station, and in case my girl's father is out for the evening.
In case your girl's father is out for the evening?
Yeah, my girl, she said she'd like to watch TV with me and enjoy the wrestling.
Well, how are you getting along with your girl lately, Patrick?
Well, I ain't too sure I'm getting along so good, no. She seems to be interested in another fella.
Oh, that's too bad. It's hard to believe. I'm sure that she only has eyes for you.
Yeah. Very pretty, but it's the rest of her I'm worried about. She's been dolling up more than usual lately. And she's been buying real expensive clothes, too.
Now, how do you know that her clothes are expensive?
They must be. Every time I drop over to her house, there's a man in the closet a-guarding them. Mr. Autry, you know, one night I come over, and here she was a-kissing this fella with the lights in her house blazing full up.
Oh, boy, I'll bet that burnt you up. I'll bet you were real jealous.
Of course.
What'd you do?
I fixed them. I turned out the lights so they couldn't see what they was doing. You know, I got a hunch that he's the man that's been buying my girl them fancy presents all the time.
Well, now, I wouldn't worry about that.
Well, I do.
You know the saying, love is sometimes and something that money can't buy.
I know, but it sure puts you in a good bargaining position.
Say, when you saw this fella kissing your girl, didn't you do anything about it?
I certainly did. I said, listen, you, I'll push your Adam's apple down so far you'll need a pair of garters to hold it up.
And what happened?
My Blue Cross took care of everything, and I had enough left over for a pair of garters. Gotta get some more wire. So long, Mr. Autry.
Well, so long, Patrick. Oh, that Buttram boy. He's got the heart of a lion, the nerve of a bull, and the mind of a termite. And sometimes he uses all three of them. And now let's listen to the Cass County Boys. Kids?
Nights are long, oh so long on the prairie. Gotta get me somebody to love. Gotta find one who's kind and not contrary. One who'll ride by my side hand in glove. I got my horse, got a silver saddle, but there's one thing I keep dreaming of. Nights are long, oh so long on the prairie. Gotta get me somebody to love. I'm a cowboy, kind of gentle, riding herd 'neath the prairie stars. But I get so sentimental when the breezes sigh and the moon is new, and I close my eyes and I whisper you, and a white-faced cow answers moo, moo, moo. Gotta get someone to love. Nights are long, oh so long on the prairie. Gotta get me somebody to love. See how that moon shines so bright above. I gotta get me somebody to love.
Ah, thank you, Cass County Boys. That was wonderful. Tie me to your apron strings again. I know there's room for me upon your knee. Bring back all those happy hours when you kissed my tears away from day to day. I thought that I was right, but I was wrong. Please take me back tonight where I belong. Sing a cradle song to me and then won't you tie me to your apron strings again?
I thought that I was right, but I was wrong. Please take me back tonight where I belong.
Sing a cradle song to me and then won't you tie me to your apron strings again? Well, thank you very much there, folks. I'm glad you liked it.
Hey, Pat,
Yeah?
what was all that ruckus about down in the bunkhouse a while ago?
Oh, Dave Johnson from the Bar C was visiting, and he got to cleaning his gun, and you know what?
No, what?
He pointed that gun right at me.
You're kidding.
No, said it was all right because the gun wasn't loaded.
Well, I don't blame you for getting mad.
Yeah.
An unloaded gun is the worst kind.
Well, I learned him a lesson.
Say, you know, that reminds me of something. I once learned a lesson myself. Never stand in front of a pointed gun.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, Mr. Autry. Oh, boy.
Well, what happened?
I'll never forget that as long as I live.
Well, tell us about it, Gene.
Why, I'll be glad to, Johnny. That is, as soon as Pat simmers down.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Go ahead. Yeah.
Pat and I had delivered a string of horses to a ranch west of the Mission Range. And on the way home, we decided to stop at Jonesville for the night. It was almost dark when we rode in, so, as it happened, we were just passing the bank when the fireworks began.
Hey, celebrating starts early, don't it?
Sure does.
Oh.
But those shots came from inside the bank, Pat. Come on, let's go.
Help! Help! Get the sheriff, somebody! Get the sheriff!
Get the sheriff down at the bank.
Hey, let me through here, gents. Come on. Out of the way here. What happened in here, Mr. Asher?
This dead man on the floor might tell you, Sheriff.
I'm in charge here, stranger. Let Mr. Asher tell it.
Well, Sheriff, I was working on the books when two men busted in the back door and stuck me up.
Yeah?
Made me open the safe.
2 men, did you say?
That's right. One man took the money, and when this one turned to follow, I grabbed my shotgun from under the shelf and I blasted him.
He sure got him right in the back.
Let's have a look at this varmint here. Come on, turn him over.
Why, that's Lim Harding from the Bar Express.
All right.
I never knew him to hurt anybody.
The lock's broken on the back door, Sheriff. And here's a horse saddled and waiting.
Hey, what are you up to, mister?
Just looking around. You might do the same.
I'll decide that. Say, just who are you two drifters, anyhow?
My name's Gene Autry, Sheriff. This is Pat Buttram.
Howdy, Mr. Sheriff.
Howdy. Now, Mr. Asher, how much money did the other man get away with?
$25,000, and it just about ruins the bank.
And our savings with it. But Lim Harding, I can't believe it.
Well, seeing's believing. All we got to do is find the other man. Now, all of you clear out of here. All right. Come on, go on, go on.
We'll be down at the hotel if you need us, Sheriff.
All right, sure, if I need you, which I doubt.
Some hotel room here. Huh. Mr. Artery, is this any time to be writing a letter?
Can you think of a better time, Patrick?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Your nose is a-twitching.
Is that so?
Yeah, you got some ideas about that bank robbery, and you know it. So why don't you tell that amble-headed sheriff?
Look, Pat, sometimes a man has to hear a full confession before he'll wake up.
Confession? Now what are you talking about?
There. That ought to do it.
Huh.
Now see how this sounds.
All right.
You say I took the $25,000, which is a lie. You will bring the money to the old adobe house on the hill road at midnight. Come alone and don't bring a gun. And I'm going to sign it the other man.
The other man? I don't get it.
Well, somebody will. Do you think you can shove this under the door of the bank without being seen?
Why, sure, but why the bank?
I want it there when the bank opens in the morning. Then we'll see what happens. Well, Pat and I stuck it out the next day, and shortly after dark, we headed for the adobe house on the hill road. We found a hiding spot in the trees where we could watch the house, and that's where we waited for what seemed like a long time.
Mr. Artery, your note said to be here at midnight. Now, what are we doing here now?
Lots of times things happen before the main event starts, Pat. Hey, wait a minute. Somebody's riding in from the road.
Well, sure enough. But why this soon?
Can't you see? He's bringing a shotgun.
Oh.
Hiding in the bushes, right outside the door.
What, that low-down, sneaking double-crosser? Let's get him, huh?
Shh, now, wait a minute, Pat. Stay here.
Oh, but Mr. Artery, you're letting him get away.
He'll be back.
Oh.
Now, you ride into town and get the sheriff. Have him hiding right here before midnight.
Yeah, but where at are you going to be?
At the house.
Oh.
I've got work to do. Now, hurry up. Get on.
I knew this would be a wild goose chase, Buttram. I swear I don't know what we're doing here.
Keep hunkered down, Sheriff. It's almost midnight.
If this is a joke, I'll jail you for sure.
Simmer down. Hey, look, there's a feller now riding up to the house.
Well, what about it?
There's Mr. Artery coming out of the house.
Well, Mr. Asher, you're right on time.
I had a hunch it was you, Autry. You can see I didn't bring a gun, just like your note said.
Oh, you're a smart man. Now we can talk.
You first, Autry. Let's see how much you know.
One look behind the bank last night told me enough. I found only one set of horse tracks coming in, none going away. It seems there was no other man in on the robbery. The man you killed had nothing to do with it either.
Lem Harding was a fool. He wanted a bank loan, so I arranged for him to come in the back door after the bank closed. He served my purpose.
So it was all an inside job. You faked the robbery and took the money for yourself.
Why should I lie about it? We're in this together now. Now, what's the deal? An even split?
I'll think about it. First, let's see the money.
Well, I hid it earlier tonight, here in the bushes by the door.
All right, get it.
Mr. Artery, he's got the gun.
He gunned Autry down point blank.
He ain't shooting no more. Here, you killed him. You sneaked that gun out here, and then you killed him. Shot my best friend.
All right, Pat. All right, come on away from him.
Not yet, I won't. Not after he shot Mr. Artery. I'll show it.
Hey, Pat.
There.
Hey, that's enough. Stop it.
But didn't you see what he did? But Mr. Artery, you're alive.
Well, at least I think so.
But how did he miss you with both barrels at 12 feet?
He didn't. Anyhow, the sheriff heard his confession. That's the important thing.
I sure did, and I learned plenty.
Yeah, so did I.
Mr. Arter, you sure you're all right? You look like you've been sorting a pack of bobcats.
It's just the way I feel about it, too, Pat.
Oh, I get it now. While we was gone, you dug the buckshot out of his shotgun shells. You tricked him.
Yeah, that's right. But the next time I try that, well, remind me to take the wadding out, too, will you? High up on the mountain's rim, the sun descends and the day grows dim. What a wondrous view of a wondrous land. I can see it all from where I stand. I can, by reaching on high, touch a star in the sky. From the rim of the canyon, low, I can see far below, where the cool waters flow. From the rim of the canyon, gazing on the wonders that grew at God's command. Seems that He's so near me, I can feel the touch of His hand. Night and the day is in flight. What a glorious sight. From the rim of the canyon,
gazing on the wonders that grew at God's command. Seems that He's so near me, I can feel the touch of His hand.
Night and the day is in flight. What a glorious sight. From the rim of the canyon, from the rim of the canyon, from the rim of the canyon.
You know, Gene, that tops off a grand party with just the right note. That's a wonderful cowboy classic.
Yes, it is, Charlie. Well, folks, thanks for visiting us. And that's it for today. And this is Gene Autry asking you to keep thinking of us until we're back in the saddle again. Out where a friend is a friend, where the longhorn cattle feed on the lowly Jimson weed, I'm back in the saddle again.
America's favorite cowboy, Gene Autry, will be back this way next week. And he'll bring along Pat Buttram, the Cass County Boys, the Gene Autry Blue Jeans, Carl Cotner's Melody Ranch Hardway 6, and yours truly, Charlie Lyon. For an exciting and entertaining half hour, be sure you're listening next time I say, it's time for Melody Ranch and Gene Autry.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.